Hi guys, I'm back. I actually ended up closing my position already because it just hit my target. So, well, or this small target, I ended up closing it at let's take a look. I bought it at 65 and I closed at 46.2. So 12.65, 12.462. I made like, I don't know, 11 bucks on that trade. Sure, I'm happy with it. And let's update my spreadsheet. Every time we make a trade, we update the spreadsheet, okay? So this is trade number 2 for the day. My risk, what was it? Wow, I completely undershot. It's okay though. I'm gonna buy. I always miss the bounce to buy it up, right? There's always a small bounce to buy up, but I miss it every single time. So maybe I should actually watch it this time, you know? 462. I bought it at what again, guys? I'm sorry, my memory's short today. 12.65. That's cool. Made 1%. So today I'm up $36 already. I'm 2 for 2. I've been trading for, since about 9 in the morning, I guess, but I've been doing a lot of other stuff too. So even doing it part-time, you can make a substantial amount doing this. I'm gonna refresh this. Always refresh it after because sometimes it just doesn't work. But all my charts are now gone. Let's see if this one has this chart here still. Yeah, sort of. I'm cool with that. Momentum just shifted. So I just bought in there really quickly. Quick little scalp. Right, I think it made its triple bounce already. 1, 2, 3. I might close the position though if it doesn't go where I want it to go. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna sell it. Fuck it. Okay. Made like, I don't know, a super small profit there, which I don't even think we should add on to it. Yeah, I'm not even gonna add on to it. But anyways, so today I'm now at $292.17. Up like 40 bucks for the day. Looks like it's gonna go up, right? But I'm actually just gonna keep shorting it. Cause I think that's the attempt, the final attempt that it's pretty much made. Actually, I'm gonna wait for it to go to my target up around here, and then I'm gonna short. So we have gained a total of $80 trading in about 2-3 days, or 2-3 hours total. That's American dollars too, right? So in Canada, that's like whatever that is. I can't do the math. It's like 110 bucks about. $105. It's 2 days work for most people. So this number keeps getting bigger and bigger. Every time this number gets, that's 8,200 right now. So if I change this to say 350, 8,200, that's $60 more there, but it's actually 9,800 here from 8,300. So it's $1,500 more compounded over 90 days. It's this is an exponential gain, just trading using leverage. So we're going to take a look at how the momentum is on the level 2 right now. On the level 1, it looks like it could have been a double bottom, right? Looks like people are just buying back up now. I should have just waited a little bit. Well, people are buying back up because it's going to reach like the 90s. On the even the 5-minute chart's going to go up too. It made its bounce. So, do I want to buy it and scalp really quickly? Nah, I don't want to do that. We're going to play it safe. We're going to wait for it to reach its peak here. And then we're going to short it again. We're going to go for a third short. This looks like it could have formed a cup and handle pattern here, right? Possible. See this cup and handle? That could form. There's the uptrend. Here's a slight down, and then it continues to trend up. That's why I didn't want to go into a trade and hold it longer. I wasn't confident, right? And sometimes your confidence based on the information that you have, that plays a big part on how you're going to play. So here's the attempt that it's making right now to uptrend, but overall it is still downtrending, heavy. So yeah, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 green bars. I mean, 4 red bars. Of course, we're going to see a green one soon. Here we see 5 green bars and then a red. So we're bound to see a green bar eventually, right? That's not going to cross over. Trust me, it's not going to cross over. If it crosses over, it implies that it's going to go heavily up. It's just going to bounce off of it as soon as this 1-minute time frame reaches around there. It will get to around 86. For the past few days, on almost every chart that I've found, right, there's these little channels. It's hard to see in the 30 minutes, so I'll go closer actually. So I've been finding all these little channels. One there, one here, this one here, channels here, just tons of channels there. Especially when it's descending, right? It's just doing a really nice little channel. Now it's being pushed back down already. It's still going to go a little higher, I think. Getting ready to short. I have to save it every time because this status updates after every trade. It doesn't, you have to refresh it after every single trade because it still uses the balance from the previous trade. So now I should get a higher one, right? Instead of, okay, it was the same. I think I did it once already. So here on the ask, it's stacking up like at 759. On the bid, it's about 1259. So I think that it's gonna still continue down. So this could be the flagpole. And it's just doing like low consolidation right here. I think these people are buying into a short. So there's like a flag, right? Now this is just an inverse flag. It could be like that as well. It's very likely. These guys are not letting up their wall. The bids are starting to stack up here now. See, right here, there's about $60,000 total. Isn't that crazy, guys? How I started at like only 2 days ago. I was at $212, and today I'm at like $292. Oops, like that's ridiculous. I've gained 37% already of my principal. it's very possible to double your principal any amount, whether it's 200 that I'm showing you, or 1,000 or 10,000. It's losing momentum already. See, it's very easy to pinpoint these resistance points of how it's gonna trend. So now I think I want to short it. I don't think it's gonna go any higher. Let's just wait and see. Right now it's about the middle. It's balancing out, right? So it could want to do this. Do you guys see that? Maybe. But that's not likely because on the 15-minute one, still downtrending. And on the 30. So I think a bunch of these people are buying into a short. I just don't think I'm going to put in a buy order or sell order here at 35. Oops. Okay, it filled my order. Almost. Gobbled it up. All right, so I'm locked in a position now. I bought it at a pretty good price, right below that where I think the resistance is. So let's fill in my data, my info here. So day 3, this is my next trade, right? Let's see what kind of risk I'm playing with. I'm going short again. I bought in at 735. I bought it at like a really amazing spot, in my opinion. I'm going to shoot for a little bit lower at, say, 12,441. 12,735, 12,441, 17%. My stop loss resistance is stop loss is 12.82. I'm targeting where is it again? 12,441. Oops, I'm doing it the other way around. 12,441. That's not bad. 3.26 risk. I don't know if I'm doing this right, actually. I think my spreadsheet's screwed up right here. So my stop loss is right, 12.82. And my resistance point that I want to target is it should be about 4. So 12,386. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Anyways, enough with this. I'm going to fix my spreadsheet later. It doesn't make too much sense there sometimes. So is this going to curve up? I did go for a short. This looks like it's actually crossing. Will it? That's the big question, guys. Let's have a look and see, shall we? Okay, I'll be back when there's more action. Hey guys, I'm back. So it didn't look like it was possible for it to break. I mean, look at what happened right away. So I basically scalped from here to here. I think I got like $10 there, right? If I'm not mistaken. And I'm probably gonna get another $10 coming down here. It just stalled at that resistance point. Like, look at how many times it tried to break through it, but it just couldn't break through it, man. Like, yeah, it's strong on the 1-minute chart where it looks like it might go up, but if you look on the 5-minute chart, it's still downtrending overall, right? And if you look on the 15-minute chart, it's definitely downtrending. So you gotta go with the major trend. So now this red bar is starting to form. It's definitely bearish now. I'm super confident based on all the information I have that is downtrending. So let's see how far we can ride this. I think once it reaches here, it's actually going to break through because here's the first bottom, second bottom, third bottom, fourth bottom, boom, it's going to break through. It's getting a consistently lower low every single time. So, you know, if I double or triple my $200 this week in 7 days, which seems like it's very likely because I'm gaining like 15% of my principal a day, even 20% maybe today. I'm just going to add another $1,000 next week just to show you guys that if it's possible at $200, I can also leverage using $1,000 in exchange or margin traded. It'd be leveraged to $3,300. And the week after that, you know, if I turn that $1,000 to say $3,000, I'll show you guys what I can do with 5,000. So it is breaking past my resistance points. I don't care. Look how red that looks. Have you guys noticed that I've shorted 3 for 3 already? Or I will be shorting 3 for 3? Yeah, I don't know. I love to short. I'm really good at finding the top, like I mentioned. I'm gonna go for about shoot for 3.5 here. So I've got another monitor that does all my other stuff, and another monitor as well. And here's just for you guys. So this one is a 3-minute chart. So this could be a cup and handle. We need to get a lower low than this one. We need to close lower. Come on, guys. This low needs to be lower than this one, like for it to hold true to this pattern. I know here it doesn't look like much right now, but when you look on the 1-minute chart, it's holding pretty true to the pattern. Actually, might just close it right here. What do you guys think? There's a big wall there. He's trying to push it up. These two guys are trying to push it up. Look at those bids stacking. They're really trying right now. You can tell. I think that this is just a feeble attempt. No, it doesn't have the volume to support it. Do you see what I mean? You got to look really closely and ask, why the fuck is it going up? It's just a very, very small attempt. These guys are probably just creating these walls. See, the wall just moved. It now moved to 57. These guys are creating the walls, and they're putting in they're asking over here, right? So they can get their short position filled. And as soon as their short positions are filled, they remove their wall here, and then boom, we reach the next resistance point, 3,000 there. There is no resistance point below 12,448. So I guarantee you that these are going to be gone soon. And this is just like a fake out, right? It looks like it's going to reverse around, but keep in mind, it can go way lower than that. Look at this time, how low it went. But then again, this might very well be the resistance point. But usually, like I mentioned, the flag forms, the resistance point I meant before it breaks out of it. The resistance forms here, right? And the support, the flag, it consolidates, and then it breaks out after that. So here's another attempt to try to break through it. Do you guys see? It has the momentum to do it, but that's only on the 1-minute chart. Yesterday did the exact same thing. Watch. Check this out, guys. Ah, maybe it'll show here. Yeah, like right here, where it was forming the double top, and I was really nervous. Do you guys see this right here? Where it formed kind of like a double top, and it continued all the way back down to where it was here. This one's a very similar one to it. Wouldn't you guys agree? I mean, it's not that much different at all. That one and this one. Here, it does something like that. Here, it'll do something like that as well. One top, two top. So I'm not really worried that I'm only up 170 right now. I'm not worried that this is green. It's got to be green. But it still has 11 minutes left to form this candle. Saving it and reloading it. I just stretched and it felt really good. Alrighty, let's do this. You guys ever do that? Just stretch and it's like, ah, shit, this is the best feeling ever, man. Looks like it's gonna cross. Do you guys want to bet on it? I think it's gonna do this. I don't know if I'm right. Of course, I'd be amazing at trading if I knew if I was gonna be right or not. But it's gonna make an attempt, and I think it's gonna continue down. And I say this because there's not enough strength. There just simply is not enough strength. I think I'm gonna go barbecue soon. I'm starving. I got all my meat out of the freezer already, just waiting to barbecue. This one closed slightly above it, but not really. It just means I just have to adjust my support. It hasn't officially established one yet. I mean, you can say here, I guess. That's as best as I can draw it. I mean, you look at the Fibonacci retracement, right? It's not as accurate on here, but you look at the Fibonacci retracement from where the downtrend started to where the downtrend ended. We'll need to retrace back to about 0.5, not even 0.4, maybe 0.48. And then it's downtrending now, right? So actually, yeah, around there. So if we went into a short position, which we did at about here, we can use the trend-based extension to get an idea as well from point A, where the trend started, point B to where the trend ended, to point C to where the trend is continuing, or where it retraced back up to. And if we look at that, we can see if we went into a short position there, right? Some of our targets could be right here, as I mentioned. Notice mine right here is about 618. So that's how mine are tuned. So I'm going for a target between 0.5 and 618, since I've already confirmed that it's not retracing back too high. Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah, so it's really good to use Fibonacci to get an idea of possible retracements. And people wouldn't even think anything of this, but I would think of it as a double top here. I know that it's not as relevant on the 1 minute time frames, but I think that's a double top. This is almost like a triple top that formed here. 1, 2, 3. And now it's just slowly consolidating, and man, does it ever look like it's gonna downtrend? Look at on the 15-minute chart here. Ticked up, but it ticked up because on the 5-minute chart it was bound to. It's not gonna break out of there, man. Like here, it looks like it's gonna cross over, but I really don't think it is. If it is, then it might confirm the cup and handle. Maybe I'll just short my position here or close my position. Because I don't know, it might form that cup and handle. But look at the momentum to come down right now. Man, there's really no stacks either. This is a very, very quick gain here. This stack just the ask is just stacking in front of me right now. So this looks like it's forming a pattern, but every time it's getting a lower low, right? I'm gonna delete these. I know my targets. I'm gonna delete these just to make it cleaner. Somebody could just unload it right now. He can just unload all the way to 575 and I get caught in it too, which is what I'd want. $12,575. And make a quick $9 after all fees. That's a big difference, right? Between like 15 cents. Slowly buying up, but look at the volume. The volume is not supported on the 15-minute chart, right? Here it was really heavier because it confirmed, and it's getting less and less. But this is not really a bull break to me because the volume is too low right now. Wonder what Neo's trading at. It was just added today. Shit, it's trading at shit. Nobody cares about Neo, to be honest. People do care about the coin, but like usually when it's added on the big exchange, it would just spike. Yeah, it spiked up quite a bit actually. I was quick to say that. My apologies. I did go into a quick long, right? But I'm not gonna jot that one down because it was too small. So hopefully by this trade, we'll be at $60 for the day. And that might be a good time to call it quits. I don't want to keep going and have the hot hand fallacy, right? Look at that. That upticked. But how much is it going to uptick? Okay, I'll be back, guys, when there's a little bit more news. So I'm back, and we're slowly starting to downtick here. I actually drew my flag pattern quite wrong there earlier. I thought it was downtrending like this a lot more, but it's actually not. It's more so of a horizontal trend right now to consolidate. It lost its steam already. Notice that this one ticked lower. It closed well below it, and that's a very, very strong reversal signal there. So it can't quite get enough steam to close above it. So now this is slowly starting to downtrend, and this is going to move at a very uniform and beautiful rate, I think, where it's just going to do something like that. And these are the ones that you want. These are the ones where it moves very, very slowly down, and it's so uniform. Let's see if it's going to hold true to that based on what we see already on the 15-minute. Like on the 15-minute one, it's going to do that as well, right? Or it looks like it could. See this little slight blip? It looks like it attempted to come up here, which is what we see right here, right? The big green thread here. I'm already up $1.50. It's nothing right now, but if we get it to around 53. So my risk for this one was 3.91. This is actually amazing. I'm hoping for a reward of about $21. But you know, if I close it there, it's all good. This is ideal if I get to 12.38, right? 12.38 is like way down over here actually. 12.38. It's assuming that it's gonna break out of this channel. But if it does break out of that channel, might be good. Though there's still a chance this could form a cup and handle pattern, right? This could go up very slowly. Who knows? But I think it's more likely to cross down like that. So the time is now 1 p.m. Okay there. I really want to delete that. Let's see if I can click on it. Nope. Chart's messed up. It messes up a lot. Let's see if I can refresh it here. Fuck, you're kidding me. Okay, I thought I lost my chart again. Okay, let's see what happens, guys, in a little bit. I'm going to delete this. I already know my risk, reward. I'm going to redraw that a little bit better. So this is getting higher highs. Higher highs. Right? So it's being wedged right now to make a decision in here. So we can, when we combine patterns, shit happens, right? Like here, for example, we were getting lower low, right? And it got to around this point here where it intersects, and then it changed. So I'm always looking for geometry and shapes and just patterns and intersections. I'm only up a lousy few percent right now, but let's see what's gonna happen. Let's look at the level 2 and see where the action's at. I can close it right now and, you know, make like $6 or something if I put in a bid. If I put in the bid to buy, which I have already, but it's pretty low. It's at 15. It's at 575 right now. So mine just popped up there if you saw, which is good because it indicates it's ticking down, right? Look at that. We're already at 6.8. I play on a 37, or I'm trading right now on a 37-inch monitor. It's amazing. It's actually like a Samsung 37-inch 120 hertz TV, 1080p. It's not bad. Backlit, very, very sharp. Samsung Series 5. I picked it up for like $60 for a TV, but look at that. It just broke this right here, right? Usually if you get two, sorry for changing the subject, but usually if you get two supports, like one support, two supports, one resistance, and two resistance, and it just cut through it right now and came right back up. You'd be amazed to see how these lines form. Volume just peaked a little bit there. All red. This guy's buying for a short, I bet. Here we go. Sure, I'll take these little $10 gains. These $10 gains might not seem like much to you guys, but keep in mind that that's like 3% of my principal, right? That's huge. Let's see how low everything else is. always, does that look like it's going to go up to you guys? Right? If you look at it closely, does it look like it's going to go up? Or does it look like it's just going to curve and then come right back down? It's more likely to do what I just drew there with the curve. How do we know that? Because this is not really a big cross section, right? I really doubt it's going to uptrend. I mean, this is still uptrending here. It's got such strong momentum on the 15-minute chart that it's not just going to do this all of a sudden when it's that high already. I can't see it doing that. I see it downtrending because that's what we see. Don't try to predict, react. Draw a line through it. Where does it indicate? Indicates down. How about here? It might plateau for a little bit, but it's still coming down. Don't let this green fool you, guys. Don't let the green fool you. There's no volume to support it. Very little volume. Alrighty. I'm almost ready for some lunch. I'm starving. Excuse me. It is getting very cold here. I'm from a city called Winnipeg, Manitoba. And right around this time, like September, you can start to feel it in your bones, and it gets to about minus 40 to 45 with the wind chill here in Fahrenheit. Minus 40 Celsius is minus 40 Fahrenheit. And yeah, it gets so freaking cold that you can like boil some hot water, take it outside when it's minus 30, 40, toss it in the air, and it just evaporates because of the temperature difference. The bids are really starting to stack up here. But look at the ask. These guys just slammed the wall. They're like, no, you're not getting through that. Get the fuck back down. That's what the bears are saying right now. Look at this on the 5-minute chart. That looks like it's so bullish. So many people would be like, yeah, look at that. It's going up. But it's not really going to go up, guys. If it does, it's only going to go up a tiny bit. But then we're going to, oh, it gapped. It gapped with decent volume. What if I change this to 6.2? What would I make on that, guys? I'm actually all the way at 290 now. I realize it's getting high. If I go 12,262, oops. $7. Am I happy with $7? No. I want to get 20. Greed at its finest. Hey, I could have kept $1 if I wanted earlier. Let's see if this will hold. Always got to be readjusting. No, it did not. So if it broke this point right here, it would have broken through these as well, right? And then if it broken through here, it could have matched this resistance point up there. I don't know if my way of analyzing is really right or wrong, but it works really well for what I'm doing. And you guys will see when we exponentially grow this account of mine together, how it actually works. I mean, yeah, good success so far. Okay, I'm gonna come back when there's better news. Got nothing better to do all day, guys, than to talk to you, so that's what I'm gonna do. Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm back. It's about 7 in the evening right now. Took a little bit of a break. So today I'm already at $308, and yeah. So actually it's more like 310. So I'm already up 22% of my principal. I started with 254 today. I'm at about 310. I'm 5 for 5 so far, and I'm on my 6th trade right now, and might be my last one for the day. I'm hoping for a pretty big one. But you know, let's make a jumble of this mess right now. Let's take a look at this together, guys. All right, so we're gonna go to the 15-minute time frame first of all, and I'm gonna clear all of this. So this just looks like one big mess, doesn't it? So we got to break it down a little bit first of all, right? So first of all, we have to break it down by acknowledging that this is a very strong uptrend and a flag is most likely to form, right? So here's where the pole is, and here's the flag. Now we break it down further, so we can kind of see a formation here, right? And now we're starting to see some trends. Now let's go into a higher time frame here in the 1-minute chart. We'll see a lot of patterns form here that we can play, and there are tons that we can play. Okay, so that's the highest point that it got right there, right? And this is where it starts to downtrend. So here it formed a resistance point, and it went up in a channel like this, right? And then a heavy downtrend to over here. And then it did the exact same thing again here, where it went up like that in a channel. And then it actually downtrended again the exact same way at pretty much the exact same angle, right? Do you guys see this? So if you wanted to play it on the 1-minute time frame here, you'll see these resistance points and supports here, right? It just keeps bouncing off of it. This one was a little bit much, but it played like this for a pretty long time. Let's see if it's pretty accurate on the 5-minute chart. Whoops. Excuse me. Yeah, so you can kind of see how it's going, right? And here it forms another channel here. Every time there's a strong downtrend or uptrend, right, there's a flag. So if you look here, there are flags within flags, right? So here's where the flagpole is for here. Do you guys see this flag? Here's a flag here. And it came down, here's another flag. And then it came down, and here's another flag. And that's when it finally broke out of that pattern, right? Out of this descending flag in the big pattern. Now here, if we keep going upwards, we actually see another pattern right here, right? So there's tons and tons of patterns here right now that we see. So now, if we look at the EMA, we're looking, it actually broke it already. And I bought in at around, I thought it was going to be done with around 685. So I bought in over here, but I still think that this is setting up for a big short right now. So I put my short position here. I'm gonna shoot pretty low. I think this is a reversal actually, because it's a double top. Let's see if I'm wrong. So yeah, I didn't think it was gonna get more than 3 runs up. So here's like the first top, here's kind of a second top and a third top. And after that, I thought it was exhausted, and now it looks like it's downtrending over here, right? Yeah, so it actually is just about to close below the 20 EMA. So if you guys look at this line right here, right? Let's draw it a little bit better. Yeah, that's more like it. When we zoom out on the 15-minute time frame, it'll look a lot better. Okay, now the point of these resistances is, if you notice, if you connect the top points like I did to form these resistance points, 1, 2, 3, and you cut through it here, notice that right where it's cutting through all of these EMAs, the 5, 8, 13, 20, and 40, the next candle, that's actually where it also closes successfully above the previous candle, right? So it has a higher high and a higher low. So because of that, you can kind of use that as a strong indication for an uptrend. But I wasn't here for that. So I was away for a little bit, and I came back, and I bought into here at 685 as a short. And my stop will be, actually it's going to be slightly higher than that. I don't think it's going to get there. It already broke past it, right? We only have 2 more minutes until this formation forms. It's just about to, it's cutting through it. We have a big support right here. That, did it go? All right, I'd say about here, 789. That's the most, $30,000. This guy is always here too with 3,500. I do think that this is setting up for a short. I don't think it has the momentum or the strength to go up higher. So while we wait to play this out, right now I'm down 16 bucks. That's all right though. So just to give you a track of my statistics today, I went short 3 times so far, and I went long once, and this will be the 4th time I'm going short then. Whoops. 6. Yeah, I go short a lot, eh? I'm actually playing a lot more than that now. I think I'm playing something like $1,000. Yeah, I'm playing something like $1,000 now, so it's way more than that. So I'm not gonna update this yet because I don't know what I'm selling it for. So I'm up about 54 bucks, I think. Yeah, it's about accurate, 54, 55. It's only 4 trades. I've probably been active for only 2 hours altogether. But isn't it amazing how you can literally turn, $212 to freaking, how much is this already? Like I've I've added 50% to my principal already. Tomorrow at this pace, I'll have doubled it. So I'll literally have turned $200 to $400 in one day, or in like 3 days about. And then the same ratio applies, right? Can you double 400 to 800 in the same amount of time, and then you just keep exponentially gaining, and as you increase your capital, you're gonna keep exponentially gaining more. So the goal is to get it to around, say, 5,000, and then you can leverage about $18,000. So your position sizes can be fairly significant. You can go like, let's say you had $20,000 leverage. Okay, let's be more realistic. Let's say you started off with $2,000, right? Leverage 6,600. When we go to here, my spreadsheet, 2,000, 6,600. Right? We can be winning an average of about $80 a day, and that happens only on the 52nd day. Like that's pretty low. I mean, in Canada, minimum wage is like $9, like $8, $9 American an hour. Like 7, 8 hours a day. That's like $60, right? So to beat minimum wage on the 45th day, we're gonna try for that. And if you do this 30 days a month, right? That's like, well, $1,800. But your position sizes will be significantly higher. So let's say you could leverage up to 10,000. Let's say you just got to the 90th day where you can leverage about 30,000. You have a potential to win like $300-400 per trade, which is significant. So with that amount, 30,000, you can get, say, each coin's $12. You can have a position size of about 2,500 coins. So because it closed below, it's look at the volume here, right? It's definitely increasing in volume. I gotta make this more transparent. It's really hard to see. Sorry about that. Whoa, you can't even change the background of it. Huh. There we go. Whoa, that's really dark. There we go. It's a lot better now. All right. So how does this look to you guys? I have a chance to lose 3%, which is pretty big, I think. I don't want to lose 3% because 3% is really 10%. So I'm going to lower my risk a little bit here to, I don't even want to lose 1% to be honest. I'm going to lower my risk to even all the way down here. I'm going to set my stop to about right there. I don't think it's going to get higher than this. That seems like a hard resistance point to me. This part right here is now going to be a resistance point where it was before. 12.8, what is it? Like right around this range. 12.83. So I might even set my stop to 12.85 for now. And what do I want to, where's my target? Well, my target is below here at least, right? And that there is 4.58%. Multiplied by 3.3 is about 16%. So 16% of 300 is about $48. So let's say we took our target of $12.10 into here for a short position. I bought it at 12.685. We're going to go 12.104. My stop loss will be set at 12.85, and the lowest point would be around 12, right? So my risk is about 4 to 1 right now. That seems like a really reasonable risk to me. That's amazing, right? I'm only risking about, well, maybe 12.85 minus 68. So I'm risking 17 cents a share for the possibility to gain up to 68 cents a share. That's awesome. So my maximum loss for me that I'm allocating is only $15. But for this trade, I could make up to $52. And my target will be roughly around here, like 12.104. And that's based on previous resistance points. So this is not set in stone, right? We modify it as we go. So as you can see, when you leverage, you can certainly wage a lot more. I mean, I started with $212 and leveraged is 700, right? Now I'm already leveraged to $1,023, which is $300 more I can leverage in less than 3 days. That's the power of margin trading. I hope you guys are taking something away from this. Alrighty, it's slowly down ticking. So just to give you guys some confirmations, right? It had a triple top here, but okay, I'm gonna break this down even more for you guys. Isn't that beautiful, the reversal? That's nice, right? So here's another formation, all right? Look at that guy. Let's say we just drew that out really far, right? Notice in this area, that's an ascending, like it's a wedge, it's ascending, right? So, and it kept trying to chip away at this resistance point, but and finally on the fourth time, it's very significant when it tries to hit a resistance point 3 times, and then right where this cuts through it, right? That's where it eventually closes above it. That's why the volume spiked here as well. Did you guys notice that? So after the first two already, I would have drawn a line through it. And once you draw a line through it, hey, if you notice the third one, it's a pretty strong resistance point, right? So the next candle that closes above this line is also the next candle that's above all the EMAs, right? That's where they all close. Or actually, this one was a signal already. And if it closes above this resistance point, huge volume spike as you see here. And that's when people started riding it. That's how you take a look at the volume as well to see when's a good time. But now you don't really see a lot of the volume is slowly see the volume is not really high anymore. And here, huge volume to sell. People are getting ready for their short positions. Now this is awesome here. Dum, 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 dum. I know there's a lot of shit on here. I'm sorry, guys. Let's make this yellow, right? Does that look like a double top to you guys? Da 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 da. Love McDonald's. Okay. Is that better? I'm gonna clear all of it for now. Actually, I want to save it first. No! Okay. Whoa, where's my volume? I think I removed it by accident. Come on. Here we go. Does that look like it could be a double top? It's definitely not a head and shoulder. That's for sure. That could be it, right? Here, I actually thought it was like a cup and handle. Here, I thought it could have been a cup and handle, but it didn't quite work out. It worked out a little bit, but not really, right? So here's where it uptrends, and here's where the cup started. Right, goes up, down, and slightly continues its trend upwards. Then it kind of just fizzled off there. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to load up my other chart here, and we're going to go through even more lines and patterns. I'll be back in a little bit, guys, when there's more action. Hi, guys. I'm back. Okay, so yeah, we're still waiting for this to play out. So when I zoom out on the 30-minute time frame here, that's clearly a flag pattern, right? We have a huge uptrend here, huge breakout. It's an impulse move upwards, and this is how the flag is consolidating right now. If we look at it, so far, it's holding fairly true. I bought in actually right here. Let's put in our short position. So this will be the 6th play that I'm making for the night. Day 3. I bought it at hold on, what am I at already today? That's not it either. 12,685. I am shorting it again. And you know, these are basically my targets that I'm going for. Like, I'm gonna go for actually 11.8 this time. It's pretty cool. Targets. There we go. So hopefully we get like a $75 win for this one. Let's go to our risk calculation for going short. 12,685. So my risk is still the same at about 4 here. It hasn't changed much. But I didn't really notice this flag pattern in this shape until recently. So yeah, so I'm actually gonna go for my risk reward's ridiculous, isn't it? Is that kind of ridiculous right now? Holy crap. 11,741, we'll say. 11,741. My stop will be around 13.085. My target sell will probably be around 11.20. That's realistic. So risk of about 2.16. What? That's not right. That's why 685. This looks reasonable to me. 328. Here it says 328, right? Here it says 308. Reason for that is because I allocate a 0.2 for the exchange fee, maker taker fee. This is playing out exactly how I want it to play out. So yeah, I actually went in over here. Like, I actually bought it over here by accident. Oops. Over here, because I didn't really recognize that. At first, I thought it was going to be this kind of pattern, like that kind of flag consolidation, like something like that, right? but and I bought it actually like right here where it was crossing over, but it didn't quite cross over. But you can slowly see that I'm going to make some money. Isn't that crazy how I'm almost going to be doubling my money in less than 4 days? Yeah, I'm pretty excited to show you guys what we can do. I'm going to ride this motherfucker all the way down. Actually, I'm probably going to close my position soon as it bounces. And the reason for that is so I can buy it. I can close my position. I can buy it in at a higher price to make even more money. Sorry, what I'm saying is on the first bounce, I'm going to close my position. And then when it retraces back up, I'm going to buy again. So I'm going to make money every single way it goes down. This looks very, very nice so far. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a little bit when there's an update. Hey, guys. So another thing that I discovered is a cipher pattern, actually, on the 1 hour chart here. So let's go to the 1 hour chart where it's much more clear. So this cipher pattern, I think I discovered it a few days ago, actually. It was just, yeah, I can't remember how this came up again. But anyways, so you start from point X to point A. That's the first run, right? And then it retraces back down to point B. It can retrace back down to a Fibonacci ratio, Fibonacci retracement between 382 and 618. It can cut through that, right? It can cut through 618, but the body itself cannot close below it. So that is check. And this number that we see here, 435, is actually 435, where this is right here. So it's automatically done for you. The trading view has the feature built in. And then after we go A to B, we go from B to C. And that can retrace to a maximum of 1482. So we're perfectly in there right now. So what we're hoping for is a downtrend, which will play to retrace all the way down to here. Actually, it can retrace back down to 782. So about right here. So this area right here is a perfect place to go long. And if you take that, where are targets? Targets would be using Fibonacci. Somewhere, this would be your level 1, your yellow. Level 2 right here at 0.5, and level 3 would be 618. So these are really, really good patterns that is starting to form slowly. I just thought I'd give you guys an update of where I am right now. So it's slowly climbing down. It's at 12.75 right now. So let's get a bit of all this crap here. So my risk to reward is amazing right now. I mean, it's not going to break past this point here. My risk is above this flag pattern support that it's formed and has now confirmed because of 2 major resistant points. So my stop is set pretty high, or pretty low rather, at 13.023. Risk to reward is 3.28 to 1. I'm shooting for about, well, really, we're gonna shoot for a pretty low, pretty high retracement, somewhere around anywhere between 0.5 and 618, the golden ratio. Notice the golden ratio right here, 618, also happens to be the exact same point as this one right here. So if we use Fibonacci here, it retraced back down to 318, bounce back up to 0.5, and it's like, nope, we're not doing that. So now it went all the way up to there. Now off the second retracement, right, it might even go to right here, 618. Is that amazing? Like how it is? This one's probably a little lower. Yeah, it should be around this zone as well, like right there. So Fibonacci is very reliable from what I find. This is curving, but I think it's just gonna tank soon. So this is the 5-minute chart. I set up my new windows here, have most of it on one monitor now. and the other one I have it on a 1 minute very zoomed out, but you guys don't see that one. And the other one I have a movie playing in the background. So this is my 15-minute. This is my 3-minute. See, look on the 3-minute one, right? If you look on the 3-minute one, every time the bulls try to buy it back up, but the bears push it back down. Here is a slight reversal, right? Here it could have been a morning star, where or like a hammer, so it could be a small reversal in a 3-minute, but nothing to be too worried about. It's just part of it. So if you look on the 15-minute chart here, it just looks like it's about to reverse soon. This one closed below it actually. On the 15-minute one, this is a good candle right here. Both of these are very good candles because it shows that the buyers tried to buy it back up, but the bears pushed it back down here. And now it's just bouncing right off of this EMA, which I'm cool with. It's probably going to play right around here for a bit. Might try to break through. For all we know, it might actually just break right through here, right? We really don't know if it's going to fall into this formation. Oops. I'm just going to get rid of this. That was just to show you guys. I have a really good idea of where it is. So always draw lines and extensions. Sometimes they pan out very well. Look at this right here. It's trying very, very hard to break it. Very, very hard. But what does that look like to you guys? Looks like a feeble attempt to me. I don't think it's going to break it. So I'll be back when this updates more. According to here, we're looking at around 10:30. So another hour. See you guys. Good morning, guys. This is day 3 of my 90-day 9K challenge. So just to give you guys an idea of what I woke up to. Well, first of all, I went to bed like around 10:30. When I went to bed, the RSI was super low already, like at this point right here, right? And on the 15-minute one, it tanked to about 30 already. I was just too tired and I couldn't stay asleep, or I couldn't stay awake, so I went to bed. Then when I woke up this morning, I was getting tons of notifications and I saw it spike up all the way to about 1370 there. That was about an hour ago. So I played into a short position, and I bought into the short position actually over here, and I should have closed it over here. It would have been a $30 gain, but I wanted to get some breakfast, so I missed out on it. But it's all right. I'm going short on it, and my risk right now is 1.92. And just to give an idea on the spreadsheet where I am, is yesterday we finished off at 254.52 with a 15.69% gain. Today we are starting off right here. If you see, I'm already up about $2, so $2 up from that. It's about, yeah. So today we're gonna shoot for a goal of 264 or 265, which will be a 4% leverage gain of $10. And then if we keep going down this route, I'll zoom in here for you guys. We keep going down this route in 90 days, we're almost gonna be there. Not too shabby. So we're just gonna ride this down. It reached the all-time high and the high of the day. So I've retraced it right here. So I've used like Fibonacci from when the trend started, about right here, and it retraced back to about 0.5 here. And usually after a heavy uptrend like this, it'll consolidate to like a flag pattern. So if you notice, I just drew a flag pattern here already. Something like this, you can say. And it is consolidating to this shape already. I have a limit order placed in here at about $12.72. And yeah, $12.72. I'm hoping for a target growth of about $28. I didn't film the rest here. I was a little bit lazy this morning, but I know my risk very well here. It's just to go over my risk with you guys. So we're getting close to the position where I want to close. My target close is about right here. That's where I think it's going to bounce back. But this could be a hammer. If it pushes back up, it could be a hammer, an indication for a reversal to go up. It does look like it could curve upwards, right? It does look like it couldn't go back up there. But if you look on the 15-minute chart here, it already crossed over. And a crossover is a pretty strong signal. I know it's a lagging indicator, and obviously the top would have been the best time to close it, but usually this is a good indication as well. So it's going down. My EMAs are tuned to 5, 8, and 13 for the Fibonacci extensions. So right now, it's just about to close over the 5 and the 8. And we have another minute, and the next one, it might even close under the 13. And if it does close under the 13, then it's going to be a pretty strong downtrend. Look on the 3-minute chart, the bears are definitely pushing it. That could have been a reversal right here, a hammer, but it just wasn't strong enough. So here we go, we're writing it down. I'm already up $10 here. Wicked. I smoke. Unfortunately, it's a bad habit. Don't ever pick it up. But that's a pack of cigarettes for me right there. Doesn't it seem ridiculous what I've done so far? Like, you know, if I started off with $1,000, right, we would have been up a total of 12 or 13 plus 7, the 20% already. We've been up $200 in 2 days. You know, if this goes really well, the next say 14 days, and if I'm up a ridiculous amount and the trend continues on my win streak, I'm just gonna deposit another $1,000 and just to make it go quicker, right? Because the goal is to make as much money as possible while combining it with educational purposes. But I can't say I'm hurting too much right now, and I can afford to not make as much money as I want to in 2 weeks. It's all good. It's bouncing up and down. So here's my logic, and tell me if you guys agree with it. My logic is that it's really hard for it to make a higher high after it made a high of all time already. Nor does it have the momentum to go up there. It was very overbought already in the 80 zone, right? This is trending downwards. The RSI, relative strength index, whenever it is over 70, it means that it is overbought. Whenever it is under 30, it means it is oversold. And it gives you like a general momentum indicator, right? And if you look at here, it kind of formed like a double top, one top here, one top here. And that's what I was hoping for it to form, because that indicates it doesn't have enough strength to go any higher. So if we look on a 5-minute chart here, right, we can say this is a double top as well. Whoops. Right? One top comes down, and it'll just be a second top right here. It doesn't have to be uniform or perfect, but the point is it didn't have enough momentum to beat the all-time high. So it can only go one way. And this will make lines, like it'll squiggle, like that, up and down, up and down. But it'll eventually come down and bounce like this a few times, and then it'll come back up. I'm hoping for it to make a double bounce. If I'll stretch my Fibonacci further later, but clearly there's a support level right around here, right? Around the 1270. So I put mine about 2 cents higher than it. People look like they're buying back in right now, but momentum is also really weak. It just keeps downticking right now. See, it just downticked from 17. When I say 17, I'm referring to the after the decimal, from 17 to 50 now, or 15. So it's 2 cents downtick. So let's see if we can break that 100 Omaizgo coins. So we got 0.37 left in it. This guy just put up more. Momentum is definitely shifting upwards, but it's going to be kind of like the last attempt before it comes back down. So this could make a double top here as well if you see it. One top. This could make a double top here. It just doesn't have enough momentum. This is stalling as hard as it can, sideways, and then I think it's going to tank because on here as well. It's got the momentum to come down. This is curving already. You know, earlier I actually had a chance to close it at $30 over here because I bought into it right here. I could have closed it here for $30 and I could have bought on the bounce, right? I could have confirmed that it was uptrending by going to the 5-minute chart or the 1-minute chart, and I could have confirmed it with the bounce here and a sharp uptrend like that. So I probably would have bought it right here because it would have closed higher than this candle. And this candle right here would have been a definite confirmation for an uptrend. When I say uptrend, I'm talking about relative to the time frame though. So it's not an overall uptrend. It's just for the channel. So this one made a higher high. Did you see this? That's possible. It's always possible. But overall, I still think it's coming down. I haven't really had a chance to use Cipher extensions yet, or Cipher patterns. No harmonics. Let's see if we can see it on a bigger time frame. No, not really. Actually, this one might have. 1.42. Holy shit. It might actually. Mother. Jesus Christ. I didn't even see this earlier. Okay, so this is a harmonic pattern, right? This is one of the harmonic patterns, the cipher pattern. So you go from X to A, right? That's one run. And then A to B. Then A to B, it has to be below 382 for the these are tuned to the Fibonacci extensions, right? It has to be below 382 and above 681. It can cut through 681 though, but it cannot close below it. And when it goes up to leg C, it should ideally be between I think it's 128 and 149, something like that. Hold on, I gotta get closer. That's actually dead on. And then when it can come back down, 72 is the most it can go down. If this pattern ends up forming, then it's going to continue very, very strong uptrend. But this is a while down the road, right? Like, actually should be about right here, 1268. So this is the ideal pattern that it would want to form, a cipher pattern. Cool. But this is September 7th, like tonight, 7 o'clock. Let's see if it downtrends like that. That's freaking awesome that I saw this. So if I go for those targets are, it was pretty low. It was like around the low 11s. So I'm already up $10 right now. Do you guys like that? That's awesome, right? I think I was up $10 earlier as well. Let's get a little bit closer to see what's going on. So this is, it definitely made a higher high here, right? A higher high from this pattern and a lower low, or and a higher low. But let's see if this is gonna get a new lower low. So now we are down ticking like I thought it was gonna do earlier. Definitely down ticking hard on the 3-minute chart here as well. We're up $12, 1.5% of our principal, or 1.5% of our leverage, but multiplied by 3.3. So it's about 5% of our principal. So this is starting, guys. It is starting, man. We're not going to get greedy though. We're going to close our position where I intend to close it, right here. You know, if we draw a line here, and we made it bigger, I'm going to clone her. Is that crazy? How like it's almost at the perfect angle. In fact, it like just crosses over right here. That's pretty, like sometimes when you clone it, right, and you just get the same leg, it could trend like that. So if I draw one from here to say here, and then I cloned it, is that crazy, guys? That's pretty funny, right? So basically we're just drawing, like taking the run from low to high here and then cloning it to get the same angle. You don't have to do that. You can use so many different shapes. Like you can use the trend angle one as well, right? So yeah, you can measure it like that as well. So many different tools that you can use to find symmetry. So just based on here right now, it already got a lower low, right? It already cut through this point. So I was worried that on the 5-minute chart here, we were going to get a higher high as well, right? But this candle just basically cut through, it broke through the low of this candle already. Not where it closed, but the low of it. So this is no longer relevant to me. This is no longer relevant to me as well. So then a new candle just formed. They keep trying to push it back. The bulls are pushing it back up slightly. So the big point will be when it crosses over to the zero here, because when it does, it's going to break over to this point and form a new lower low. And then this line right here will end up becoming a support, or sorry, a resistance point. This could be a hammer, indication for a slight reversal right here. Do you guys see on the left screen? This is a hammer. A hammer can indicate a reversal, and it follows by lots of volume. So let's see what happens here. It ends up being indecisive. But we are falling below the $13 range now, though. This could be a hammer right here. Heavy, heavy volume. It's really hard for me to think it's going to uptrend. I do think it's going to form a double top. This double top is actually already forming. A double top combined with a flag. Double top. One top. Two top. Bam. Retraces back up to 30 to 50% in my opinion. And then comes back down to where it should be. Around this level. I think it's going to retrace back almost 100%. So what would you guys do? Would you guys close this position of yours? Or would you just keep letting it ride? Because I could have closed it earlier, right? And I missed out on a $30 profit. Actually, I missed on a $30 profit twice. I was like around over here. I could have closed it here. I could have closed it here. I could have done many things. I could have bought back in at a higher price to short more. So I missed out on 3-4 chances, but you should never feel bad about the chances that you miss out on, right? Always lock in your profits and be happy with your gains. You're not going to see every single trade opportunity, but you back test and you keep testing your strategy and you keep training your eye to see more patterns that develop, and eventually you'll like trading specific breakouts more or specific patterns more, and you'll find a strategy that you just like. Me, I'm not really good at finding the bottom. I don't know why. I'm not really good at finding the bottom for when I think it's going to uptrend. I'm really good at finding the top though. And I short a lot more. I mean, if you look at my trade tracker, right? I didn't track it for day one, but yesterday I was actually 3 for 4. I was 3 for 4, 75%. And you know, I should probably make a new one for every day so I can track it like that. Yeah, that's a great idea. Trade tracker. Oops. Let's rename it to day 3. This will be day 2. Alrighty. So we haven't really done anything yet. I'm just gonna leave some of the stats in here so I don't have to fill all of it out again. Just this part at least. Yeah, I'm going short. My risk was 1.94. How much am I going in today? 255 times 3.3, $841 American. 12.27, 13.194, 12.72. That's my goal. So this is gonna be my target for the day. It'll be a 3.59%. Times 3.3. Is that right? No, it's not. This is right. There we go. So I'll be back when there's more action, guys. Hi guys, I'm back. The time is 11:30 in the morning. Just started to get my lunch ready. Got some soda in the fridge, and now I'm looking at this tank, which is awesome. So in this 5-minute candle, look how bearish it was. You know, it's been ascending here a little bit, and I was getting worried it might break through here. But it looks like it's on its way down now. I look on the 15-minute chart, and yeah, on the MACD, it looks like it's got momentum to come down, right? It made an attempt. It might make another attempt to cross, but it's not going to. It just stretched much too far. Does that make sense? It stretched too far away from the band, from the EMAs, especially here, and now it needs to correct itself for a while. What I think is going to happen here is this could have even been like a double top. You know, like a triple top, even one top here, second top around here, third top here. So now I'm actually going to even go lower. Going to set it for this zone here. This doesn't look like it's got the momentum to go up, right? I mean, man, this is trending down. It usually doesn't stay in this zone for too long. It rarely does. And when it does, it heavily declines at least to the bottom. Like last time, it broke through it a few times here. 1 top, 2 top, 3 top. And then it came all the way crashing down. Like how many? 1180 to 1030. So $1.50 down. I'd be happy if it went much lower than this, of course. So I'm already up 11 bucks here. You know, don't be fooled, right? That's not a hammer. That's not a reversal. That's not a morning star. It is not. Because it's only 27 minutes out of 30 in. So it's only 3 minutes in, actually. 27 minutes to go. Crossed over on the 30-minute, very significant. Let's see what happens every time it crosses over from that high of a point. from that high to the point where the RSI was in the 80s or 70s. Look what happened here. 70s, like 73, 71, 70, 3 bounces, 1, 2, 3. And this is the one where it came down from 11.80 to 10.30. So it's actually $1.50 down. If this one even comes back down $1.50, that'll be about 12.10. 12.10 is a pretty big move down. Let's see how far it retraces. I'm hoping for it to retrace all the way to 618 and then give a significant bounce. Maybe I'll close my position here. Right now I have it at 12.72 so far. If it comes down there, I'll close my position, let it bounce back up, and then I'll go for a short again. This candle, I'm just waiting for it to form. I know there's no point of looking at it. On the 1 hour, it's certainly trending downwards here. Let's go take a look closer. I wanted to break this point right here. I wanted to break the 12.810. The low of this candle, 12.810. Let's see the level 2. Pretty big stack here. Pretty big stack here. It's always this guy. He's got 3,500 every time. He's the one, he's that market maker right there is definitely controlling the pace for what happens a lot of the times, I think. He's always putting up like 3,500 or 35,000, which is, you know, which is like $500,000 in Canadian to me. It's coming down. We got 10 more minutes to go on this candle. Slight reversal there. Could be a slight reversal. It's just triggered to this price right here. Before that, it was all the way down there. So I'm going to remove that trigger. Look for the next resistance point right around there, right? 1,500 counts. Let's see how that's going to chip away. Here we have about about $30,000 total. The bears are in full control right now. The bears are just pushing it down. Look at these walls that they're putting up. Look at the ask. The asks are just stacking and the bids are falling off right here. Okay, I'm up 1.42% already of my principal. Fell lower than this low. So here we were trending upwards, right? And here every time it bounced off, take a look, guys. I'm just gonna narrow that so you can see better. Okay, I'm gonna explain this to you guys. See how this, every time it's almost reached the 40 EMA, but it bounced off of it. Here it reached the 40 EMA finally, and it bounced off of it, right? But here it was cutting through many, many, many times already, right? So we're going from red to green, red to green. And here finally, when it starts to consolidate, we finally have a close below, and that's significant. So I actually want to change my stop to actually even lower than that, my limit. I want to go to even 6.5 for now. I don't want to stop myself too short. So I'm up $20 already, about. So anyways, what I was saying was that it's finally reaching a consolidation point here, and it had to take a decision to go up or down, basically. That's usually what happens when it consolidates and reaches a point. But instead, it dipped really hard, right? And now it's officially closing below the 5, 8, 13, 20, and the 40 EMA especially, right? And now that it's closing below here, we can 100% confirm it's a downtrend. Unless it does something like this, gets really low, and then bounces back up slightly, but not likely since, well, look how strong this is downtrending right now. People are just panicked. People are panicked and they're just selling off. Look at this. So I want to keep track of the 1 minute right now. It's probably getting to a low point. I want to sell, actually. I don't want to miss my chance like I did last time. but do I think it's going to bounce back up? That's the question, right? You know what? Let's update it. I'm happy. There we go. I closed my position. I gained a pretty good amount there, I think. 7.6. Very close to my target, actually. Whoops. 12.76. I made $26 on that trade. What am I at now, guys? I'm at 280.52. Let's refresh this. I could have gone, it's going even lower. It's tanking right now. So before I get too excited, let's take a look at where else it's gonna go. Let's wait for the first bounce up, and then we're gonna buy in to another short, all right? So I'm at 280.52. Patience is a virtue, my friends. Whoops. $280.52. I'm actually really digging this monitor. 280.52. So today I'm up 10% of my principal already. So I probably traded like a total of 3 hours in the past 3 days. I've just been watching it and just chilling. So it's $70 already. So I've basically made 2 days worth of like almost minimum wage part-time, right, at home doing this. Okay, I'll be back later if I enter a trade. Hi guys. So I entered a trade again. I should have waited though. I thought people were gonna panic even more and just keep downtrending. So I entered right here. Basically right here. And I'm already down $18, but I'm not too worried. Cause well, let's go over some of the things that we have here right now. Okay. If we just connect a bunch of lines, excuse me. If we just connect a bunch of lines, we'll notice that a lot of resistance points form. Wherever there's candle bodies that intersect like this, it's just gonna look like a wick, like basically with just a body with just a wick going through it, or a very small body like this one there, right? So it's okay to make an intersection right through there as a resistance point, or support rather. So as soon as it broke, it basically just broke it, right? Here's where it ended up breaking it. So we can assume that this is going to be a trend that could follow. And this was a downwards channel, a descending channel, right? And if we just look at how this one is forming already so far, it's sort of looking like a descending channel. And I also went over on the 3-hour time frame here, right? That actually, let's do it again. That a cipher pattern was starting to form. So this is a fairly, it took me a while to learn it. So that's what the cipher pattern is. I think the retracement is about 72 ideally. So it goes from leg X to A, and correct me if I'm explaining it wrong. I'm still learning it myself as well. It's getting pretty easy for me to see them though after lots of practice. So from X to A, and then from A to B, it can retrace to the Fibonacci retracement of 446 here. But the minimum would be 382, and the wick can cut through the 681. And then it goes up to leg C, and it can go up to, I think it's 1.482 or so, and then it retraces back down to 782 max. So it looks like it's going to form it, maybe more so over here, right? When it comes down, and then it may continue its uptrend further. But first it needs to come down. So I was down $17, but now I'm only down $7. Hoping to close this position with a quick $30 gain. I'm gonna go to my goal. I'm targeting not too low. I'm targeting about, what is it here? $11.92. So I'll be making 70 cents on the coin. Actually, let's see what that works out to. I'm just getting my Excel here. I bought it at 12,664. Let's say 95. Might be even be more than that. $45. I think I'm fairly safe to set my stop level just slightly above it here. It doesn't look like it's got the momentum to go. So what I think this is going to happen. So first of all, let's do this, guys. Let's take this and let's clone it. You know, do it right. Get the right angle. Whoops. It's about there. Might give you guys a headache. Take this. I want it a little bit thicker. We'll clone her. Take another clone. Just draw a few legs, get some extensions. Whoops. Whoops. So this is what I could do. I mean, it's done it in the past before, and every time it reached a very, very critical point, Omizago coin does follow and repeat history. So it slightly did it there. It did it, right here. It's always following this trend once it uptrends heavily, right? It's following the trend here. This doesn't really count. This just counts as it just ends up showing as a wick, right? So Omizago follows these channels a lot, and I've been trading them successfully already. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna follow this pattern as well, and I'm gonna shoot for a $45 target here about. So that looks very, very reasonable to me. It might even be steeper than this actually. And the 1 minute, the RSI is probably low. Yeah, it's pretty low. I mean, it's making a double bottom right now. It might just pop right back up. That's a possibility, right? Make double bottom, pop back up to around here. Stalls, like I've drawn. I want to save this. This is a good chart right here, right? Those lines always disappear. It's very hard for me to see on this monitor sometimes. All right. It's looking half decent. Yeah, 3-minute chart looks good too. Looks like it might just double bounce. Nope, not double bouncing anytime soon. Just broke that resistance point. Alrighty. That is funny. All right, I'm already up $6 here. Easy $6. Let's take a look at the 15-minute chart here and see what up. Man, it is just hammering it down. So some indications, right? Always don't try to predict. Always try to react. It's gonna make a quick attempt and then come back down based on what we see here so far. This is strong downtrend. It's very strong. It never stays that high for that long. Just crossed over. This is a lagging indicator, keep in mind. Right here would indicate somewhat of a top point, which is really over here. So that's what I'm guessing it's going to do. Let's see if it's going to bounce off of this EMA. Right now, we've got another minute left on the 30-minute candlestick to form here, right? And when this one forms, now the body is going to be between the 8 and the 13 EMA already. And then the next one, it will actually have a chance to close below the 13 and maybe even the 20. And then if that happens, hey, we can see a slight reversal. Not a reversal, but but a double top here and right back to where it was. I'm not too familiar with like an inverse cup and handle, but that could be an inverse cup and handle as well, right? With the double top for the double inverse bottom, you could say. So does that make sense? Am I just seeing things? So let's see. I think it might have it had too much strength to go up. So let's say it forms something like that, right? As the cup. And then instead of and then it retraces up slightly and then just goes down. So that could be an inverse cup and handle, right? Here's the cup, here's the handle. If it was the other way, it'd be like this, right? Oops. It would look like that. And then here's the cup here, and then goes up, followed by heavy, heavy volume. Oh, wow, look how messy my charts are. It's okay, though. Your charts should have a lot of data on them and whatever makes you comfortable. Okay, guys, I'll be back to update you in a bit.